Well, hello, folks. I'm L.A. Little, and this is today's short take. You know, we've visited energy before. We keep asking, okay, are we getting to the bottom? In other words, is this the lows? Is the trend really changing? You had a test down here of this prior hoe, didn't quite get to it, right? Got a nice little structure up, right? Tried to push up. Now you're getting a setback. Is this going to be able to continue higher or not? That's the integrateds, right? Here's a bigger picture. You're coming into the swing point low, you test into it. That's the bearish retest, regenerate. That's really the question, right? Can you get into and over that? You test into it the first time, that's a good start. You pull back, try to test into it again as the next piece of the pie. That's on the integrateds. If you go over to, say, the oil services, here's the market vectors, oil services, OIH. If you look at it, you got the same sort of story we just saw. Again, testing into these swing point lows. You test into it the second time, looks like it's going to try and hold. And to hold here means that you try to retest and you try to regenerate back to the downside. So you got to see how that plays out. This is the big bar up, so is this one. Those are the two bars that you have to watch on the way back up. And finally, if we move over to the XOP, which is a exploration production, same sort of a picture on the daily. Again, same sort of picture here on the weekly. Coming into the swing point low, didn't quite get to it, didn't quite test, a little bit weaker than what we saw elsewhere. Of course, all of this depends on what oil does. And if you look at oil itself is at a critical juncture again and is sitting down here with a whole slew of swing point lows that it's testing. If you break the swing point lows on this time frame, and if you bring it to this time frame, the only thing down here is the lows again. This picture looks different than the picture you just saw on the stocks. If this starts to break down again, those stocks are not going to push through those bearish retests. Instead, they're going to regenerate lower. So if you want to watch where things are going to go, watch to see if the swing point lows on this time frame all begin to break. If they do, you're going to go down and test lower. That's going to keep those others in check for a while longer. That is today's short take.